Hello, hello, hello again.
Hello, so now you know a little bit about who we are.
This is the Collective Cogs channel.
Collective Cogs, right? I should have said that. Wait, no, where's the... I can have a little
He's
ticker.
trying so hard.
I
He
can
really
have,
is.
I can have ticker tape right here. It'll say Collective Cogs. Hopefully, I'll be able to put that in. If
but for
not,
now, you'll just have to deal with us.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, today, now that you know who we are, we're going to give you a brief overview of the main series that we're both working on. So we both mentioned it slightly in some other videos, but now we're going to let you know what those are actually about. So you want to go first? Or?
Well, thank you, Chris. I will take that opportunity to present myself. Well, howdy, folks. My franchise that I'm working on is a sci-fi epic, also known as a space opera in the fan fiction world, or fiction world. Excuse me. Space operas are generally depicted as sort of a very long story through space involving lots of different characters. The emphasis isn't on characters as it is with the story and all the different and multiple story arcs that interlock with each other. Basically, my space opera is very much like the space operas that we know and love today, much like Star Trek, Star Wars. What else is there?
You can't tell me you're going to forget Battlestar.
Oh yes, Battlestar Galactica.
This is the guy's favorite series, and he's going to forget
I'm
it.
sorry that I had a writer's block moment. Okay?
Alright, continue.
Thank you. God, you're just ruining it. Where was I? You know, all those very popular franchises, science fiction franchises. And my franchise takes themes and story arcs from, it sort of nitpicks from all those different franchises. Though the idea is unique to my own. You know, I don't put in any characters that are from those franchises.
It's not like he's picking, oh, I'm going to take
Everything
this person.
that I make in this franchise is creative to my own. It's my own creation. Just the way that I present them will have bits and pieces, will seem similar to like Star Trek or Battlestar Galactica or Star Trek or Halo. All these different sci-fi epics. You know, the way I wanted to start my epic off with as a sort of starting it off with a sort of Children of Men approach. This sort of dark, gritty, very realistic, very depressing society that we're going to live in 100 years or so from now, guesstimation-wise. I have a whole timeline up and whatnot, and I'll present that to you later. But for now, you know, that's where I'm starting it off as. That's my base, you could say. And then from there, I'm going to move it to the actual Odyssey part, where it's going to be a bunch of settlers that are going to be free-floating in space, just trying to escape a ravaged world that they created. And when they arrive in a new solar system, they'll be able to colonate and be able to, you know, sort of interact with each other that they never really had that sort of unique perspective as they did back on Earth. Now, through this transformation, there's going to be so many different themes. Right now, I have it set up as 4 acts. So Act 1 would be on Earth. The second act would be the Odyssey in space, when the society, all the people from Earth are trying to escape and sort of travel out of our own solar system, sort of travel out of you know, what we know as, you know, Sun and everything from the Sun to Pluto. And when they reach the new solar system that they're going to get to, it's going to be a splintered fraction of humanity. Like, humanity is going to start to evolve. Not to the point where it gets silly, like they're going to mutate and have, you know, one planet's the people are going to have fins, or the other people are going to have like beaks. But it's just going to be very slight, or pointy ears. Not that I'm hating on, Spock fans
No,
or
no,
Vulcan
definitely
fans
not.
in general, but basically it's just going to be slight differences, like more calcium in the bones, or a difference in blood pressure, difference in gravity, how the bone structure is going to affect characters, and it's also going to deal with loss of identity. Trying to figure out who you were, because when they're going through this odyssey, when they hit the asteroid belt, the navigation system isn't going to be as par as it always is in all these other space operas, and they're going to lose sensor arrays, electrical impulses, and it's going to fry some of their neural implants, and they're going to just have a big, massive identity crisis when they reach the solar system that they get to. So and then from there on, it just sort of evolves onto itself when they start to colonize the solar system. They start meeting new aliens and whatnot. So I wanted it to start off in a single, gritty, claustrophobic, nitty-gritty place, Earth, 100 years from now, keeping it very realistic, and then gradually sort of approaching that sort of Star Trek and Star Wars, sort of approach. Sorry for doubling up on words right now. I'm just having a gap in my mind. But that's what I'm going for. That's the feel, to give people a sort of realistic view of science fiction and how it can evolve into what we know as Star Wars or Battlestar Galactica or Star Trek. All those great fan fiction operas that we love today. So that's my franchise, my big moneymaker, hopefully moneymaker, that I'll be able to pump out soon. So Chris also has his own odyssey that we both work together with.
Yeah.
Why don't you give him a little bit of an intro, Chris?
So the entire series is the Haven series. So it takes place all the way from 1840 all the way up until early 1900s with Teddy Roosevelt and the Spanish-American War, just before he gets into office. So there's going to be 3 main books. The first book, well, not the beginning of the series, but the first book that I've written is Westward Odyssey. It'll actually be coming out next month, so stay tuned for that. It'll be on Amazon for the Kindle and Barnes & Noble's for the Nook, 99 cents. So really cheap, get a good story, and that's really gonna set off my whole thing. It takes place in 1877, this first novel. He's 35, he's a bounty hunter, and this is his story of the trek that he makes across the U.S. for this one particular job. And you're going to see what this guy is capable of, and it's going to set up the entire franchise. So it'll go all the way back to when he was a kid, and he was in not the Spanish-American, the Civil War, until the 3rd book, where he is in the Spanish-American War. Now, in between the 1st and 2nd book, there will be a mini-series of novellas about his adolescent travels around the world. He goes to different areas and picks up a multitude of different trades. And after this book, there's going to be 2 sub-series of novellas, and those are going to detail his life up until the Spanish-American War. I don't want to give away too much yet, but it really is a big series. It's covering 50, 60, almost 70 years of both American history and a little bit of world history at the time. So it really is going to be something unique and interesting. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say for that. The book will be up hopefully next month, and I thought it was a good story, but I'm the writer, so...
Well, I was co-producer and editor, and let me say that Chris did a fantastic job. He has a lot of strong will. This thing is, what, 114 pages or whatnot?
Yeah, roughly. It's in a Microsoft Word document. I don't know how it's going to look on your Kindle or whatever book.
It's just a huge project, and the funny thing is that the origins for this story actually started out in our local bun and burger up at was it Main Street?
Yep, just
And
right there,
we actually figured out the entire plot
coffee shop.
when we ordered our burgers, onion fries, and just regular fries, and we just went to town with those onion rings and those fries.
Yep, making circles, little characters, planning out a story. It went from a single story into an entire franchise.
Yeah.
So
who would have thought onion rings and fries can do that? Just
yeah.
You know.
There's been one or two other people who have read the story, like my mom. She thought
Does that make you sad on the inside? Make you cry?
Maybe a little. She thought it was good, but that's my mother. She loves me. I like to think so.
It's just awkward.
Anyways, I love you, Mom, if you happen to watch this video. And I appreciate you reading the book and helping me. And my sister, too.
Yep, all those shout-outs to all those people.
Yes. But, yeah, it's going to be a huge franchise. Expect more videos about new releases and ideas for that story, as well as the space opera. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. We'd be more than happy to answer and make replies to that. So don't feel shy, not at all. Don't hesitate.
Yeah. Try to get this out there.
Yes.
We wanna build up a good family base here at Collective Cogs.
Yeah, it's more than just us. That's the whole.
Yeah.
That was our whole thing. Collective
We
Cogs.
want to introduce as many people as possible to this channel and to the blog site. You know, if you want your stories submitted, email us.
Yeah,
you know,
we could talk about
Contact
other
us.
people's stories, my friends' stories. We could see if we could get your videos posted right on my channel, or the channel. And yeah, we just really want to grow a network of writers, people who have ideas and stories and just create something to share with other people. Because it really is neat to see all these people. Why should we only have to read New York Times best-selling authors or
a lot of those books are overrated.
blockbuster movies? There are other people that have just as good ideas, and they just may not have the finance, the resources, or the know-how to get their stories out.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of stories that you can get accustomed to.
We take care of our own on this channel.
Yeah, definitely. So keep in touch.
Yes.
We'd love to hear from you. We'll see you later. Awesome. That one was good.